Okay, let's talk about colorectal cancer. It's supposed to be highly preventable. Yeah. So here's the thing that's puzzling a lot of people. Why are the rates actually climbing, especially over the last 30 years, and particularly in younger folks under 50? It's a really baffling trend. So today, we're going to dive into this. Our mission is really to unpack the whole prevention strategy, looking at diet, gut health, and also these newer screening technologies.
Exactly. And what's really key here, I think, is that this isn't just general eat your veggies advice. It's this fascinating connection, this interplay between our everyday choices, our lifestyle, and some pretty advanced biomedical science. It offers, well, a genuinely synergistic way to tackle what's becoming a major global health issue.
So where does this trend really kick off? A lot of the thinking points straight to our gut, right? Oh. And what's happening inside? We're seeing these links between typical Western diets, low fiber, lots of ultra-processed stuff, red meat, processed meat, and chronic inflammation in the gut, plus an imbalance in our microbes. I mean, it sounds like a recipe for trouble.
Oh, it absolutely is. Your gut microbiota, the community of microbes living in there, it plays such a critical role, not just for gut health, but immunity too. And what you eat, it directly shapes that community. So think about diets rich in fiber, polyphenols, prebiotics. These things feed the good microbes, and these microbes produce compounds like butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid. And the surprising thing, butyrate actually helps inhibit cancer development. But then on the flip side, high intakes of red and processed meats, they seem to encourage pro-inflammatory bacteria. These can damage the gut lining, potentially triggering oncogenesis, cancer development. And those ultra-processed foods we mentioned, well, they can mess with your gut barrier integrity and reduce microbial diversity. It creates this environment ripe for inflammation. So yeah, that weekend junk food bin, it's not just about the calories. It's like, throwing a spanner in the works of your gut ecosystem.
Wow. That paints a really clear picture. So, okay, the gut connection starts to unravel part of this puzzle, this paradox. But if diet is so critical, why are we still seeing rates go up? Maybe diet isn't the whole story. Perhaps the answer also involves our next line of defense, screening. The really good news here, I suppose, is that most colorectal tumors don't just pop up overnight. They usually grow slowly from polyps over several years. That gives us this really valuable window to intervene if we just look. Traditional tools like colonoscopy, they work, they're effective. But let's be honest, uptake isn't always great, especially for people under 50 without symptoms.
Right. And what's really game-changing here, I think, is how these newer non-invasive screening options are shifting things. We now have stool DNA tests. Cologuard is a well-known one. These basically look for abnormal DNA shed from polyps or tumors, and also tiny traces of blood in the stool. And maybe even more exciting are the blood-based tests, looking at something called ctDNA, circulating tumor DNA. These tests are getting incredibly good at picking up specific genetic signals like methylation patterns, think of them as on-off switches for genes, or actual mutations that flag up early cancer.
So these newer tests make screening less invasive. That sounds like a huge win for getting more people screened, making it more accessible. Which brings us to, I think, the core idea from our deep dive today. It's not just diet or just screening. It's both together. Changing your diet is fundamental, absolutely. But it's maybe not a silver bullet on its own. Even someone with a super healthy diet might have a genetic risk or develop polyps that, well, you just wouldn't know about without a proper screen. Screening acts as that crucial safety net, doesn't it?
Precisely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, looking ahead, ongoing microbiome research might soon lead to more personalized risk assessments. Imagine using microbial biomarkers, maybe combined with these ctDNA tests, to tailor screening schedules, a kind of precision medicine approach to prevention. This could create this powerful feedback loop, identifying people at higher risk earlier, maybe even motivating dietary shifts based on their specific gut profile.
That sounds really promising for the future.
Yeah.
But let's get practical for a moment. What are the hurdles right now in getting these tools, this knowledge, to everyone? We know things like cost, access to healthcare, socioeconomic gaps, even just public awareness. They're big challenges. Which is why it was such a big deal when the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force updated guidelines recommending screening start at age 45 for average risk folks.
Yeah, that was significant. And it raises that really important question. How do we make sure access is equitable? How do we get people engaged? Well, practical strategies could include things like culturally specific education campaigns, maybe subsidized testing programs. Making screening part of routine checkups could help. Leveraging those at-home test kits is huge too. And I think the messaging is key, really linking screening to things people can control, like diet. Campaigns that say, look, certain diets raise your risk, which makes getting screened even more important, maybe even earlier. That could foster a stronger prevention mindset.
Okay, so wrapping up our deep dive today, it seems clear that reversing this rise in colorectal cancer, especially in younger people, needs this kind of multi-pronged attack. Diet's a cornerstone, for sure, but it has to go hand in hand with using these innovative screening tools. It's an integrated defense, much stronger together.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought for you, our listener. Think about how understanding this dynamic interplay between your food choices, your unique gut microbiome, and these accessible screening technologies really empowers you. It gives you a truly comprehensive toolkit to protect your health, maybe in ways you hadn't fully considered before.